Well, hello. This is Mike from Music City. Welcome to my latest installment of Great Forgotten Records. Today we're going to go back to 1989 and look at a record that just blew me away back in 1989. It just was one that I could not stop listening to. And that's the one-off collaboration between Texan Darden Smith and Brit Hewerdine. And it's called Evidence. It came out on Chrysalis back in '89. And, you know, I was a fan of Darden's, Darden, a Texan who, was probably labeled back then country. His first album maybe was a little country, but clearly he went into a mold that we would today call Americana. I was familiar with Boo Hewerdine, and he was in a band called The Bible. And I became aware of The Bible because a Texan, Steve Earle, produced their debut record. But strangely enough, I think maybe a week before this album was recorded, these two guys did not know one another. A record company executive put them together. They met, hit it off, put some songs together, and just put together, one of my favorite albums of all time. This is in my top 20. I loved it so much, and I was very, very fortunate to get to see. I lived in San Antonio back then, and I actually got to see Darden and Boo play together twice, and it was just amazing. So I'm at Aquafest, which was an old outdoor festival that was the precursor to the current Austin City Limits Festival. Of course, much smaller back then. They played in a tent. And then I saw them at one of my favorite all-time venues in the whole world, and it's the Cactus Cafe in Austin on the UT campus, which is a nice little small room, and I think it's still working today, but it was great. They did the songs from the record. They each took solo sets to do some of their better material. Just a fantastic set. And so before we get into just a little bit, I really want you to buy this record. I think you're going to love it. It's just a great mix of, it tends to be a poppy record, and which I love, but, it's two guys mostly playing acoustic guitars, not so much harmonizing on all the songs, but on the choruses. And I think there's some songs that you definitely say these are Boo songs, and some of these you say are Darden songs. But there certainly is a chemistry. I'm not trying to deny that. But came out on CD back in '89 and reissued on CD a little later with a slightly different cover. And the reissue CD has a bonus track on it, a track called My Doreen. Not one of their best songs. I mean, it's not, saying you definitely have to buy the one with My Doreen on it. I like the song, but get whatever one you can find. And I looked around. There's quite a few available on Amazon and eBay. I even got it on vinyl and was very, very fortunate to get the guys to sign it at the Cactus Cafe show in Austin. So very proudly sits in my collection. I stayed up following the careers of both of them. They both are, recording pretty regularly, although, much more sporadic. Saw Darden last year here at the Bluebird in Nashville, told him how much I love this record, and he was glad to hear that. And Boo, I've just not seen Boo outside of the Darden and Boo experience, but I've kept up with his music, and he consistently puts out good stuff. Occasionally, they've done a couple of Darden and Boo shows, but they've been in England, in really strange places in England, small towns, and Boo is one of those guys who tours Britain, pretty much regularly, playing in a lot of the small towns and small folk clubs and everything. And I'm just hoping one of these days I get the chance to see him in that setting. But again, let me start off, and it's not on Spotify. You can find the entire album on YouTube, but it's not separated into songs. So to kind of give you some taste today, I'm going actually into my iTunes library where I've uploaded the CD. But I'm going to start off with side one, track one, a song that you may be familiar with because there was an MTV video for it, and it got a little bit of airplay. A nice, dramatic song. Dramatic's a nice word for it. Called All I Want Is Everything. I love the intro to it, and Darden will be the first one you hear singing, and you'll hear Boo come in on the chorus. So All I Want Is Everything. Really nice acoustic guitar playing on the record.
And it's violence, it's blood. need the kind of stuff they're making movies of. I need a spark, not a fire. One foot on the ground, one foot on the wire. I need some money, I need some more. Need the kind of love I've never seen before. I need the truth, take a lie, fall down laughing with a tear in my eye. All I want is everything. She's everything and everything is all I want. Everything. She's everything and everything is all I want.
Great song, great song. Let me add to it that the guys are joined by a fellow named Paul Piercy playing percussion, and he was Darden's longtime percussionist. When you ever went to see Darden play solo, it was he and Paul. Now let's go a little bit to the pop side, and yeah, Darden said it every time he played it. Here's a song, a great pop song, and he tried to get Diana Ross to sing this one, and I could see her singing it.
Let me get that. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Well, you know what? This ain't the Diana Ross song. I'm going to correct myself. But this is a great song, great pop song here. It reminds me a little of you.
Staring into my coffee, swear I see your face.
Again, Darden leading off.
A little cream, a little sugar, stirred up to suit my taste. But it's you on the coffee that's keeping me awake. I wanna fill my cup, drink it up, yeah, start my day, 'cause it always makes me kind of blue. Always reminds me a little of you. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Remind me a little of you. Whoa.
I apologize for that. This is the song that it's called These Chains, and this is the one that Darden said that he wanted to hear Diana sing. Get it? Great pop beat. I love it.
Way too long I've been a fool, and now I know you're kind of cruel. All I got from you are these chains. You never ever learned a golden rule.
That's a great one. Now, you know, here's one I want to play a little touch, kind of gives you more of blues style, and it's a really beautiful ballad. The title track called Evidence. I'm going to skip ahead a little bit, if I can do that. Yeah.
Late night phone call,
Very much in blues style.
whispered voices in another room. When I answer, all I get is silence on the line. And there's your evidence. There's your evidence.
All right, well, there's a good taste of Evidence by Darden Smith and Boo Hewerdine. Again, you can get the vinyl I saw very reasonably priced if you're a vinyl guy today, or the CDs. It's even on cassette, which I might have somewhere. I couldn't find it. But again, one of my favorite all-time records. I hope you go out and give it a listen. Hey, thanks for following us. We've got quite a few others in this series called Great Forgotten Records. There's also another playlist out there called Ranking Records, where I go through catalogs of artists, where I go through the different years, my favorite records of different years. I've also got videos of me shopping for records. And also, every day I post a live TV video. So you want to subscribe. Please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I'd really appreciate it. Hit the like button for this video. Give me your comments, what you think about this record. I'm curious to see how many of you may already know it, or how many of you just listen to it and fall in love with it like I did. But this is Mike from Music City signing off, and we're just a day away, so Happy New Year. And like I just read, tomorrow, New Year's Eve, is 2020, 24 hours to go in tribute to the Ramones. I love it. Take care now.